start this again. Good evening, everybody. This is Andrew Morrison from Visions TV Online. I hope you are having a wonderful new year and a good month in January so far. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Oh,
2020's been quite good. 2020's been so far, so very grateful.
Good. And tonight we have online Johnny Sanders. He's back with us tonight, and you know we managed to actually see him in person.
Oh yeah, in person.
Yeah.
So that was amazing.
Yeah, he was here in the UK.
Likewise, it was great seeing you guys and being a part of the wonderful gospel explosion that took place there in the UK, there in London. Was glad to see you all in person. It's great to talk to you online here, but it's better to actually fellowship in person. So it was a pleasure, and I look forward to us doing it again real soon.
Yeah, how does it feel for you, the Gospel Explosion Summit? Does it seem like it's just like moments away, like it was just happened just the other day? Or does it feel like it's been light years away now?
Well, you know, it's because of so many other activities and events, a lot of times I feel like it was so long ago, but it was only a short, well, actually almost 4 months ago. Next month will be, 4 months, right? That was October. Yeah, so it's been over 3 months. A lot of other things have taken place, but definitely a significant experience that was being there in the UK, in London for that great event. And so, you know, it's, even though it feels like it was a little while ago because of all the other different things that we do, it's definitely a highlight that sticks out to me, and that remains a great time of fellowship and gospel music, and just meeting great industry people like yourselves in person.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
So can you just tell us a few things of what you've been doing in the last 4 months?
Well, you know, I have had the opportunity to have many different events to go to. I serve as of course, an international recording artist, and get a lot of engagements to go and sing throughout this country and do a lot of stuff in my city as well. So of course, over the holidays, had a chance to be a part of a number of different holiday festivities, and also a lot of family activities as well. And one of the main things was just gearing up for a great event that I do as part of my duties as the president of the Miami-Dade Alliance of Gospel Music Professionals, which is a member of the National Alliance of Gospel Music Professionals, and auxiliary, I know it's a lot, of the National Alliance of Gospel Music Professionals of GMWA, Gospel Music Workshop of America. And so we're gearing up for an upcoming event that will happen in just about 3.5 weeks. We will have our 3rd annual Black History Month Gospel Brunch and Awards, where we'll be celebrating the history and heritage of gospel music, but we'll also be honoring from a legendary artist to our minister of music and people that serve in our local church, as well as those that have national and international platforms in the gospel music industry.
Oh, that's amazing. Because that's what we were literally just about to talk about, literally the first annual Black History Gospel Music Brunch and Awards. And so how does it feel to be a part of this event? It sounds like it's going to be a lot of people going to be attending. It's going to be massive. Tell us more about it.
Well, this event was designed to be one of our signature events as the Alliance. And so our whole mission and vision is to raise the awareness of gospel music, and to, of course, hone in and keep the history and heritage of the music alive and well. And so this event is an extension of that. As I said, this is our 3rd annual. We have a number of community folks that we're honoring as our legends, our local legends. Many of them have, of course, local platforms, but they also have national and international platforms, but we're honoring them for their work that they do here locally in being a part of our city. And so we have 7 honorees that we're going to be highlighting and featuring. They'll be celebrated that morning rather. And then we have actually a musical history lesson of sorts. So we're going to cover everything from signal and slave songs, Negro spirituals, up into modern day praise and worship gospel, choir music, the ensemble. We're going to have all that done not just telling them, but actually a musical history lesson. So we'll actually have artists that will share from those great Negro spirituals on up into modern day praise and worship and our choir music and ensemble music. So it's going to be great.
What does it mean for you to be part of the actual Black history? What does that mean specifically for you to be able to...
For me, it's significant because, of course, we are living in a land that we were brought to. Our ancestry was brought to the United States and experienced many, many trials and tribulations and woes. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of things that go on here that are not necessarily kosher, but being able to have a moment to stop and have the world to realize, and definitely the United States to realize, that we as a people are significant, and we brought we have made and continue to make great contributions to society in so many areas, in so many ways. And so having this designated time where we will all put our energy and our focus on the legacy, history, and heritage of Africans living in America. So we're the African American, but we're Africans living in America. So having a chance to celebrate the name they called us Black history is very significant to me. It's something that, in the words of one of our legendary DJs here, Mr. Tom Joyner, who just recently retired after 25 years on radio, always, coined the phrase, 365. We don't just celebrate our Black History Month, our Black history during the month of February, but it is definitely something we celebrate year round. But we do honor and hold this time of February as a sacred time to stop and take notice of the contributions, history, heritage, and the legacy of Black Americans, African Americans, Africans living in America.
Wow, amazing.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely amazing. So this is your third annual one, as you said already. So you obviously had two before.
Yes.
What have you got plans already for the next year? Is it a yearly thing that you make sure that every year at the same time you do?
Absolutely. Every year is getting larger. We have more attendees that are coming. We're getting a number of honorees. When you start looking around, you start seeing a number of people who are kind of those unsung heroes, who are never really celebrated, who are never really given the recognition that they're due. And so this event gives us the opportunity to, of course, celebrate the history and the heritage of gospel music and celebrate those in the industry, as well as honoring some folks who deserve honor. Give honor to whom honor is due. And so we are excited about what the fourth annual will be, even as we're on the cuff of the third annual, because there's so many people that's doing so many great things that deserve to be honored and celebrated. And so we're definitely looking forward to that. This year we're at the same venue where we started, but we're outgrowing that venue, and so we're already scouting now for the new location where we're going to house this event for 2021.
Okay. Oh, and can you give an example of someone that's has got an honoree from the previous year? So just so we know, what kind of people that you are celebrating.
Okay. Well, one of the artists I will name, she was not an honoree, but she showed up to be there because her sister was an honoree, and that's Miss Betty Wright. And so if you guys are familiar with the Cleanup Woman, Betty Wright is a legendary artist. I know she was just in the UK actually sometime last year performing, but her sister actually, Betty Wright is the youngest child of about 10 children. Wow. And so her older siblings were already in the music industry playing with people like Michael Jackson, Sam and Dave, Jackson 5, so many others. And so her sister actually was a part of the band for KC and the Sunshine Band. So if you guys are familiar with their music from the 70s, not that you'll be familiar with because you're young, but I'm sure many in the UK may be familiar with That's the Way, I Like It, and do 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 do. Yeah, all that. That's Casey and the Sunshine Band, and those doo 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 doos in the back, those little those lyrics and that sound is actually Miss Jeanette Wright, which is one of the elder sisters of Betty Wright, who's also a celebrated, of course, singer from that genre, but she also did gospel music as well and contributed. And so we honored her as one of our honorees. And then, of course, Miss Betty Wright showed up to support her sister and then sang with us and had a great time. And along with her, we honored Margaret Reynolds, who was also one of those founding members of KC and the Sunshine Band with so many hits, who have worked and done music with Michael Jackson, with oh my God, so many folks, Lionel Richie, so many people. Wow. And so we honored them as well as, again, some of our ministers of music, people that you guys may have not known, but that's been here singing and working for 40, 50 years, 30, 40, 50 years in this industry. And so we had, like I said, the likes of celebrities, but we've also had those individuals that are just great in the local church and in the local community that are definitely worthy to be celebrated and recognized.
Yeah. How did the nominees or the honorees, how do they get chosen? Is it like by the local people, or like who highlights?
Yeah, our board, what we typically do is at our board meetings when we are getting ready for this event, we assemble a nomination committee. Okay. And the nomination committee then searches out and finds people and makes nominations based on the individuals meeting the criteria. One of the main criteria that we use is that the person has to be, in order for you to be considered a legend, you cannot, of course, could not be a novice at this. It can't be your first time doing something. You can't be 21 and be a legend. So the person needs to be a minimum of 50 years old.
Okay.
And they have to have had a significant impact in the arena, whatever arena they're in, because we do also recognize mainstream music as well, because we understand that gospel music is a foundational music, and that many of our great artists, some of the greatest artists of our time, came out of the local churches. When you think of some of the greatest voices that you've heard that may be singing other music, their foundation is still in the church.
Yeah.
Their foundation is still in gospel music. I know for us here in the U.S., many of our artists, when you look back from, one of the greatest, the late Whitney Houston, for example, that's a church girl. And when we go down and you start talking to John Legend, that was a church musician, a minister of music. So there were so many people who have foundation in the church. And so we celebrate those artists from mainstream. That's how we got to Miss Jeanette Wright and others who are still in gospel, but also we celebrate our gospel artists as well. And so they have to be at least a minimum of 50 years old, have to have made a significant impact in the industry, and at least 25 to 30 years that they've been in the industry. They have to have been consistent, be of good character, and that's pretty much it. We then have a pool of nominees, and we make selections based on the feedback that we receive from the community of, hey, these are nominees. What do you guys think? So that's how they're selected.
Brilliant.
Amazing. Okay, so everybody, you heard about this Black History Month, Black History Gospel Music Brunch Awards, and it's happening on the 22nd of February. Am I right?
Yes.
22nd.
You're right.
And 9 o'clock is early start.
9 a.m. Well, it's a brunch, and most people are saying brunch should be 10, 11. I'm like, well, some people eat breakfast at 6 o'clock in the morning. So, so we're going to say we do the brunch at 9 a.m. because we also understand that Saturdays can be a challenging time with individuals. Wait, did I lose you there? Okay, yeah. Somebody was calling in. But we realize Saturdays can be a difficult time with churches, and we're dealing with musicians and singers. And if someone has a homegoing service or something like that, Saturday mornings are typically very challenging. So we're working hard to make sure that we can honor them. And if they have to go, unfortunately, because they have to go and do service somewhere, they'll be available to do that.
Okay, so where do people get their tickets from?
They can get their tickets on Eventbrite, eventbrite.com. They can go to MDA 3rd Annual Gospel Brunch at eventbrite.com. Or they can just search Miami-Dade Alliance Gospel Music Brunch and Awards, and they'll be able to find their tickets there.
Okay, and is there any social medias, like platforms where you can find more information about this?
Absolutely. They can look and go to our page, the Miami-Dade Alliance page on Facebook. They'll be able to find it. And also they'll be able to find it under my page, of course, Johnny Sanders on Twitter, which is Johnny Sanders 305. On Instagram, rather, Johnny Sanders 305. And Twitter is Johnny Sanders _. And I've been posting the information there. They'll see the flyers and they'll see links so that they can purchase their tickets for the 3rd annual Miami-Dade Alliance of Gospel Music Professionals, our Black History Music Gospel Brunch and Awards. It's a long name. We gotta make sure I say all the names.
So guys, if you are around and you want to go to this brunch, you need to make sure you follow all that social media information which Johnny has given to us this evening. And I know it's going to be an amazing event. You've got a lot of honorees that's going to be coming down. So you do not want to miss this event.
Plus in South Florida, so very sunny. It should be nice.
Wonderful weather.
Yeah.
Which we
I got to see you guys the flyer too.
Yeah.
Come on over. Come on. As you guys say, come on across the pond. Come on over.
Across the pond, yes.
So make sure you get your tickets, guys, and it's going to be amazing. So Johnny, it's been fantastic to have you with VisionsTvOnline once again.
As always, right?
As always. And I'm sure we're going to be with you, I'm sure, sometime again this year. And you know what, guys? I think we might as well make a little bit of an announcement that Johnny, he's an amazing gospel singer over in the United States. He's got so many music and a lot of awards and etc. behind him. And guess what? He's going to be coming back to the UK very soon. And
Yay!
Yeah. And he's going to be bringing a couple people with him. And so we're here going to be supporting him once he's going to be landing over here. So you guys, we've got to stay tuned and stay in touch with VisionsTvOnline.
And with Johnny, right?
And with Johnny.
Yes.
Make sure you're just staying tuned and getting the information from us. So definitely, Johnny, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Be in touch very soon.
Thank you. Listen, I just want to thank you all for all that you do, the great work that you guys are doing. And definitely we are excited and look forward to being back with you guys over in the UK again. It was a fantastic time, and I'm looking forward for an even better time in 2020. And you guys got to come over here to the USA. So we'll work. Well, you guys snuck in a couple of months ago here for Donnie McClurkin's B-Day, and you guys don't know, you guys are hanging here with Visions TV, but these are celebrities in their own right. And so they, by invitation and request of Donnie McClurkin, they came over and attended that event. And so we got to get you guys back over here for some other great events that are coming up. And definitely on behalf of myself and Pastor Derek and Francine Lee Murphy, which are the artists that we are anticipating to come back over, we look forward to sharing time and having fellowship with you guys here in the US of A.
Yes.
Amen. Well, Derek, have a great, I don't know if it's the evening for you, but yeah.
It is, It is, it's 5:37 p.m., which means it's 10:37 your time.
Yeah, but we're fine. We're good. Thank you so much, Johnny. Lovely.
Thank you, guys. Good to see you. Talk to you soon.
See you.
All right. Bye-bye.